The town of Sprague began as a sheep camp in the 1870s. In 1895, a fire virtually erased downtown, prompting the construction of modern fireproof masonry buildings. Yet decades of deferred maintenance have taken a toll. On September 6th of last year, the easternmost building on the main block of downtown collapsed, forcing city officials to close down the street and condemn the entire block of adjacent structures.
When this building came down, it traveled almost 100 feet out because it pushes out as it's coming down. And if it went that way, we could harm pedestrians on the sidewalks. So safety is a main concern. After that, we want to see the rebuild.
Although property owners have been cleared to reoccupy their buildings, only 1 of 4 businesses has returned. Worse, additional businesses on adjoining blocks have shut their doors, stemming from the prolonged street closure.
This is the community's commercial district, so this is where the bank is, and the grocery store, and the post office, and Ray Lynn's Bar and Grill. And for 4 months, Main Street was completely closed. 4 businesses had to move out, only 1 has reopened. And that's a significant loss for a community of this size. Once people finally come down into town and see that half of it's closed and the buildings are falling down, are they going to come back?
Well, I was closed down in September, so therefore I had no business between September and now. I was told I had to move because my building might be condemned. So I moved everything out. Now I'm having to move everything back. Yeah, it's real difficult, and I'm 83 years old. And it's a little hard to start over, but I will do it.
Debris from the collapsed building has been contained but remains piled high at the site. City officials and business owners haven't given up, but locating willing investors remains a challenge as Sprague's population now stands below 500.
I'd like to see the old hotel saved because once it starts falling down, then it'll probably take all the other structures with it.
My goal is to get assistance for the property owners of this building to get a structural engineer in that has experience with historic preservation. If it is safe, if it can be saved, what are those steps they need to take to stabilize the building? That's my goal, is to at least get those questions answered so they can move forward, so that the next brick that falls on the hotel, we don't have a fence up again.
The block of buildings that remain constitute the historic core of the town. For the town to realize its hopes of economic revitalization, it is imperative for these buildings to be put back into active service.
I really have a fear of a lot of people migrating out of town if they can't make a living here or have the resources that they need here. I would like to see the town restored to its original glory days of around the turn of the century of 1900. It would be very attractive to a lot of tourism, as well as attract new businesses. And of course, if a town grows, then the economy grows with it.
Sprague is very well known for its fishing and its hunting and numerous other outdoor recreational opportunities. And the historic character of Sprague's downtown is a perfect fit for those activities. And all of them are important economic drivers for this community.
The first time I drove through this town, I looked at my husband and I said, if I ever get rich, I'm going to own every building in this town, and I'm going to turn it to the biggest antique store there is in the world. People don't realize when we lose our history, we've lost so much. The young people today don't know our old history, and they need to see it, they need to touch it, they need to feel it. It's a wonderful place to live.
We have lost almost 25% of our old historic buildings here. And we hate to see any more go, because this is the lifeblood of a small town, is its history. We want to preserve, because without our history and our downtown, this town could very well disappear.